Hi everyone, and finally welcome back to a new vlog. I know it's been a while. There was a lot of stuff hindering me from actually doing things, and that's also the reason why I haven't uploaded. There's a lot of stuff that happened in between that, so maybe before I explain everything else, we're just gonna cut to a few things that I want to show you that happened in the last 2 months, I think, and then we'll come back and talk about everything else. My goal would be to finish the hoop skirt and the petticoat. So yes, let's get started. I had to put my mannequin on like a box down here because it's a lot smaller than I am, so I had to adjust the height. I think you can see what it's gonna be and what it's supposed to be. My Swarovski crystals came in yesterday. I thought there has to be a reason why so many people get the Swarovski crystals. Like, they are really not as expensive as you would think. They are glass. They are not anything special. They are just really high quality glass crystals. I did get the hotfix version, so you need like the hotfix thing that you just put on top, and then it melts the glue on the back of the crystal and it sticks to the fabric very well, and like it doesn't come off. And with that some other crystals came along and I put them next to each other. Like, I didn't have the same size for both of them, but I put them next to each other and like I was prepared looking at that I have to convince myself why it was a good decision to get the Swarovski crystals. Like, just making it nice for myself so it makes sense in my head. Like, kinda just convincing myself of it. But it's such a big difference. I'm gonna show you. I decided to take my phone and show it to you with this one because I can get closer to the crystals. And look at... Now you can see it. Now you can see the sparkle. And just imagine having hundreds of those on your dress and moving around. Do you see that sparkle? This is amazing! Really good news is I finally got my text number last week. Bad news, coming along with that, I already told you before that I could have requested the sales tax number as well. Like the identification number for that. I didn't know that at that time when I first requested all of my tax related stuff, so now I have to request it using that number. As far as I was able to find out now, this is not something I can do like the same way I requested my normal tax number. Like, now that I missed the opportunity, the initial opportunity of requesting it, I think I couldn't find anything to do it the same way. But there is a way to do it online, but they are working on that page right now. So for this week, I can't do anything on there as well. I think not the complete, like, I don't think the entire week. I think it's only until Thursday. So on Friday, I could do that. But that means, again, a week has passed and I couldn't request anything. But yeah, the first numbers here. I finished both drawings for my next cosplay. I finished, I'm just gonna show it here, the Jude one and the Carden one for my boyfriend. So I can start working on it, and I already did. I will upload like videos on how I made those. They are not gonna be fully tutorials because it's the first time for me, for example, for like making a hoop skirt, but it's gonna be like I made a hoop skirt and then I'm gonna show you how I made it with all the flaws, all the mistakes, and how you can avoid them. I'm gonna talk more about why I designed them this way, and I'm gonna make it as short as possible, but I wanted to talk to you about it. Both of them are the outfits Jude and Carden wear at the coronation in the first book. We do get some information on what it looks like in the book. We know that it's white at the top and dark blue at the bottom, and that it has a ombre look to it, so I incorporated that. Then we know that it has silhouettes of trees on it. This is something that's gonna be a really tedious task, and I hope it looks right at the end because this is something I have to stitch by hand. What we also know is that she's wearing a choker. What we also know is that she's wearing gloves and of course the hair. And from that I had to try and think of something that would look good. And I really was having troubles with that. Like, there were a few ideas in my mind and it was really hard to realize them. So this is what I came up with in the end. I wanted to make the skirt a bit more interesting, and the other thing is that I don't have to embroider it all the way around because I decided to layer brocade on top. Like, thinking about that, I think this is gonna look amazing. Oh, what we also know, that I forgot that, the dress has rhinestones on it that resemble the stars. It took so much time for me to decide on what I want to do with the bodice, and then I came up with this. This is gonna be, like, the trees on there are, in my mind, gonna be 3-dimensional. I'm gonna make them out of foam clay. I hope this is gonna work out. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. I'm kind of scared this isn't gonna work. But we'll try, we'll try. And then I wanted some flowy sleeves as well, so I just repeated the ombre look, just the other way around. So it has a nice contrast to the bodice and to the skirt. That's the idea, also adding rhinestones on there as well. I still have to think about how exactly I'm gonna make them stay up. So that's everything to Jude. Now let's move on to Carden. I'm just gonna show it to you here again. For Carden, we know that he is wearing a doublet. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, to be honest. I have no idea. This is also gonna be out of brocade to make it more interesting and 3-dimensional because of all the details on brocade. Then we also know that he has feathers on the shoulders of that doublet, that he's wearing black gloves. Then it also says that he is wearing metal shoes, very pointed metal shoes. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna make those. Nah, I have no idea how that would work. Or how that would look good, to be honest. Like, in my mind, that really doesn't really make sense. So I'm just gonna go with leather boots. Then we also know that he's wearing a metal crown that looks like branches. And the last thing we know is that he has silver streaks on his cheekbones. That's also the reason why I decided to make everything silver, because I thought, okay, that's the only time we know what color the metal could be. And that also means that my boyfriend and I will match pretty well. Yeah, I just wanted to also incorporate some more lace to make it more interesting and just make it like, he's rich. He's not treated well, but he's rich, he's gonna look good, and he's gonna look fancy and expensive. So we wanted to add some lace on there as well. Oh, one thing I wanted to try on the cuffs of the sleeves is, I'm just gonna show you probably like somewhere a video on what I saw. This is a way of hand sewing an elastic sleeve cuff, and I think it looks so good with some silver pearls on there as well. This is gonna look great, so I'm gonna attempt that. And yeah, I don't think there's so much more to talk about. Like, that thing in the middle on his waist is supposed to be a belt that resembles the crown. And I decided to make the pants and the shirt out of linen. I have good news. I went ahead and opened up my Etsy shop, so it's now officially opened. Okay, I hope I didn't miss anything. So yeah, as you have seen, my Etsy shop opened, which is really, really amazing. And thank you all for your support. I wanted to talk to you about why I haven't been able to upload. First of all, we had our musical performance, and like the last few weeks before that are always like such a mess because we have to practice a lot, and even at home you have to finish the last few things, go through everything over and over again so everything will work fine once you go out on stage. But then after that I got sick. Yeah, and then I was just hustling to get something wearable for the fantasy ball I was attending with my friend. Spoilers, I only finished I didn't really finish the skirt, but I finished the skirt as far that it was wearable. I can show you a picture right here, don't mind the messy desk, that's one of the tasks we have to do. But the fantasy ball was really, really amazing. I totally forgot to film anything there, I only took pictures. They had a violin player and she was really, really amazing. They had group dances like these old ones where you, like everyone has this formation kind of dance, and I hope you know what I mean. Then they had places where you could take pretty photos. They had like a small fantasy market where you could buy some stuff from some artists and so on. So yeah, it was a really nice evening, and I hope they will come into like close to where I live again, because I would love to go there again. Like then we had the week where I got off work for Thursday and Friday, and I wanted to start a vlog there. However, I was having a bit of problems with my right wrist. I noticed it while going to dance practice, because every time I put pressure on there, it hurt, and I had this weird hard thing in here. So I went to the doctors, and then I wasn't allowed to work for the week. Like originally I only had Thursday and Friday off, but then my doctor said I wasn't allowed to work until the Friday of the next week, and after that was Christmas, so I had that week off anyways. But the problem is I wasn't really allowed to do anything. And I wanted to start a vlog, and I wouldn't have been able to show you anything. And to be honest, if I would be completely doing the right thing, I probably still wouldn't be. But honestly, I can't anymore. I can't just sit around. I'm getting so tired. I have to do stuff. They took a look at my wrist, and unfortunately it's inflamed somehow. Probably just did too much, and too much of repetitive things. For example, when I work and use my keyboard, I have to clean that keyboard. The problem is, since then, it didn't get any better, really. Even though most of the things, like, of course, you can not do anything with your hand. It's my dominant hand, so I have to do stuff with that. And it's not like it's broken. I don't have a cast on here, it's just for support. But I tried not to sew, I tried not to use my computer, I tried not to do anything heavy or lean on that hand or anything, and didn't get better. So today I called the doctors again, but most of them are closed for the rest of the year, and then like this week, like Monday through Friday, because of the new year, they're closed. The only one I was able to reach, I have an appointment on January 13th. So that takes a while. I'm trying to reach other ones, so maybe I can go in next week. Because it's a problem for dance practice, I can't really do anything. It's bothering me a lot. We're just gonna be careful, but I have to do stuff. I cannot sit around the entire day. It was nice to be able to read that much, but I want something different as well. So yeah, let's have a look at everything that needs to be done this week. Okay, there are a few things I need to do, and I'm not doing anything on Friday. Friday is my day off because that's my birthday. To be honest, it's already almost 6 p.m. today, so there's not gonna be a lot happening today, but I did clean out my closet yesterday and I finished uploading everything to Vinted today, so hopefully I will be able to sell stuff on there. I sold one thing already, so maybe a few others are going away. Everything that's left I'm going to give to charity. Other than that, everything that is kind of more or less something that has to do with my small business, what we have to do is, first of all, clean up the space. It's a total mess. Mostly because a lot of packaging stuff is lying around because of Christmas, and I haven't put that away, so I have to do that. Then I have to do some organizational stuff, mostly because there's like this new law now for selling inside of the EU. I just have to make sure that everything is according to this. Then I have to do some financial stuff, get that done before the end of the year, hopefully. I'm just curious, because I love candles, and I was just thinking to myself that I would like to try making candles, and if I like that, maybe also sell some, maybe in the future. But first I have to try it out if I like it. Just wanted to make sure if you need any licenses in the EU or in Germany for selling candles, because it's something you inhale. Could be that you need something. Then I want to design some more stickers. That's something I wanted to already be done with, but because of my hand I couldn't draw, and all of that, we have to be very slow. If we don't get stuff done this week, that's totally fine. We can now move on to my cosplay stuff. I want to finish... Wait, I'm gonna just turn the camera. I finished this top skirt so far, but it's kind of, because it's so much fabric, sometimes it doesn't fall right, like the lining. Just to make sure that it lies flat, I just want to sew on top of here. I want to line up the sewing lines from the top fabric and the lining fabric, and just sew on top of that to make sure that the lining doesn't wobble around too much and it looks clean. Then we also have to add the waistband, and we also have to add some buttons, more on the bottom of the skirt, and some loops somewhere here so we can pull it up, because for Dokumi doesn't want you to have anything lying on the floor. So this lies on the floor, and we have to make sure that we are able to pull it up. And because it's not a lot, I don't want to do that stuff where you put it on your wrist, because I think that will look silly because it's not long enough. We have to embroider this hand embroider this, which is gonna take a while, and we cannot do a lot because it's a repetitive task that will probably not do well for my wrist. To be able to do that, I need to alter, like I bought like a table kind of thing, like this embroidery frame, but a giant one, to help with that, but it's not what I imagined, so I have to alter it a bit. After probably half of the vlog, we are finally through with everything that happened and everything that needs to be done. I'm sorry for chatting so much. I'm just gonna eat my snack and then we will get on with it. You are a warrior of the mind. My nymphs are like my daughters, I protect them at all costs. The less I'm real, let strangers live, we face a heavy loss. Too late for second guessing, too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts, close my eyes and leave. I have one more thing to add to my list. One thing is that I have to make a little coupon for a friend of ours who's gonna have a Sylvester party tomorrow, and that's also her birthday party, like not officially, but it kind of is, because like her boyfriend's friends are coming too, so she doesn't want it to be like a birthday party, but more Sylvester, but she's still gonna get some presents from us, and I have to make a coupon for that. I'm pretty much done with cleaning. Not completely yet, just a few small things. Just a few small items that are just laying around. I'm gonna grab them. This room is never gonna look clean. I'm just gonna clean the living room table right now so we can have dinner, which my boyfriend is cooking right now. Yeah, probably after that I'm just gonna do workouts. One that doesn't require a right hand. Then I will see if I will just read and lay on the couch or do stuff. Good morning everyone. So as you can guess, I didn't do anything else last night. It was late and I just read a bit and fell asleep. And also yesterday night I sold 2 more of my old shirts and so on. So we're gonna pack them and then go to the post office real quick to send them off. First task of the day is trying to fit the pullover I sold into this. It's not like, it can't be bigger than that. Other than that, once I'm back, I'm probably first gonna eat breakfast, even though it's, I think, probably gonna be around 11 a.m. already, but yeah. Then I have to make the coupon for my friend. We are actually gifting her a pole dance class. Just trying it out a little bit because she loves dancing. She's also in the same dance group as I am. And so I think it's a perfect gift. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and after that we're gonna eat some sushis. And I also want to tackle all the financial stuff for my business today, so we can start off into the new year without that kind of stuff. Except for like one thing I have to do for Q4 that has to be done in January, but that's not a lot. We can do that and then we can start with all the creative stuff into the new year. I think that sounds good. So just a small update for everything I did today. Didn't film as much because it wasn't as interesting, since I can show you the stuff I was working on because of information. I've sent out the shirts that were ordered from my old clothing. Then Nick and I created the coupon for tonight. Then I had a look at the financial stuff for my Navy, but I needed another number that will be sent in a letter. Couldn't do it today. And I also had a look at everything concerning the new law update here in the EU, so everything should be according to that as well. So yeah, now we're just gonna eat dinner and I'm gonna read a little bit. Doesn't this book have a beautiful edge? It's the second book of the Stolen Air series. I don't know how many books there are gonna be, but we will find out if it's an open ending or not. And then I'm gonna get ready for the Sylvester party, and yeah, so probably not checking in with you today anymore. I know today wasn't really that interesting, but it wasn't a lot I could show you. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you all had a great start in the new year. It's been a really slow day because yesterday was Sylvester and we came home really late, or you could actually say early. I think we came home it was after 4 AM, so it was really early. I slept in until 11, I think, and then I just did a bit more of organizational stuff that I almost forgot about. After that, once everyone else woke up, because a friend of ours stayed over since she had a longer way home, so she stayed the night with us, and then we just talked a bit, had breakfast. I looked at a bit of stuff for the cosplay in the back. I thought about, I talked about it, this big embroidery frame that I wanted to adjust. I'm thinking if I maybe just get a 30 centimeters embroidery hoop and see if that works, because it will just make it easy. I feel like it's just gonna be a lot more convenient, even though I have to adjust it multiple times. Might just go with that. And for the buttons I wanted to add, I just looked at how to conveniently, in the best way, cover buttons with fabric, and I found that there are actually buttons for that, where you can just kind of squeeze the fabric in there, and then you have a button that matches your fabric. So that's perfect. I'm gonna get some of those, and then we are gonna continue on that thing. Yesterday after dinner, or starting with dinner, we actually binged the entire second season of Squid Game. I heard a lot of negative stuff about that second season, and I don't really know why. At least right now I'm not really into TV series for some reason, I don't know why. And this got me hooked. It's been a while. We actually thought about what the last TV series was that we binged that, and I think it was the first season. I really liked the second season. It was still very intense. A lot of people said that kind of there would be so much storyline next to the actual games, and the games would be not as much in the focus anymore. But I honestly don't agree with that at all, because you have to acknowledge that they do vote after every single game, so there's a lot more psychology games involved, trying to get the other person to do what they want, and then the frontman joining in. I mean, there is a lot of more tension, I'd say, but the games are still very much in the focus when they are playing a game. And we thought about the first season, and there was like a lot of side story as well, so I mean, you have to have the chance to have a bond with the characters, so if they die, it hurts more. Like, that's the idea behind it, so you have to give that time to happen. Yeah, so I really liked it. I can't wait for the third season that's coming at the end of this year. Right now, I have another order of my old shirts. 3. I sold 3 at once. I'm gonna bring that to, like, I'm gonna send that off as well real quick, and there's also a letter I have to send off regarding the business. So those are the two things I'm gonna do for now, and after that we continue on the skirt, on the top of that skirt, like that dark blue one. What I want to do there today is finish it all the way except for the button, because like I told you yesterday, I ordered something for that and that doesn't arrive until tomorrow or the day after, so we have to wait a little bit. But I want to finish everything else today, so it's almost done. The idea would be to draw a bit for new stickers. However, I do feel that my hand is kind of hurting since yesterday, so we have to see how much my hand can take. At least I want to finish the skirt. And then tonight I have dance practice, so we're gonna go there and just try and see how much we can manage before that. I just tried sewing it on, like on the sewing lines I've shown you before, and I did it on one side for like a bit of it, like from the top part and from the bottom part, because it took forever to line up like the front and the back piece, like the lining piece and the outer fabric piece. And it's not worth it, it's not really working the way I wanted to, so we're just gonna live with it. We're gonna leave what we've sewn, no one is gonna notice, and I'm just gonna go move on to the waistband and just hope it looks good when I move. That's not worth the time. That's what it looks like, and I hope the camera doesn't make any weird noises while I move it. Sometimes it unfortunately does. As you can see, the waistband is added and my camera doesn't want to stay in focus, but that's it. I think it looks great. I only have to add a clip right here to open and close it. I'm going to do that by hand after dinner. We're going to have dinner in a second because I have dance practice after, like in a short while, in an hour I think. And I like to eat before that and not after that because it's late when I come home. We finally accomplished something! Woo! So I'm still in my PJs because my boyfriend is still sleeping and I don't want to wake him up by getting clothes and so on. So we're gonna change later. But yesterday was my birthday. I didn't want to worry about filming, so I didn't film anything. But I'm gonna talk to you about what I did and what I got real quick. So in the morning we went to one of our favorite breakfast places and it was so good. After that we tried to get some sushi grade fish, but somehow because of New Year probably or something like that, a lot of people still aren't working yet. They are only working starting next week. None of the places that are supposed to have sushi fish had any sushi fish, so we had to replan and just decided on getting fresh fish and cooking it. It was still very, very good. So after that we just visited my boyfriend's family for a little while because they wanted to give me a present. My boyfriend's sister's son was there, so we just played a little with him and talked a bit to everyone, and I got my present. I'm gonna show you everything in a second. Just first what I did. And after we got home, because that did take a couple of hours after, like between breakfast and getting home, we had a small lunch. Didn't want to eat too much because of sushi at night. Had a relaxing afternoon, had a little nap, read a bit. Yeah, and my parents came over to eat sushi with us. Then we kind of ended up talking about kids shows. Like my very favorite show as a child was Winx Club. My boyfriend has never seen it. And especially since we plan on like doing a group cosplay, probably not next year, but maybe the year after that, because we have to go to a convention that's outside so we can wear the wings, because like in Artist Alley or something like that, that would be such a pain to wear these big wings, because we want to do the Enchantix transformation. Yeah, they have gigantic wings, so that would be a pain. So we probably do that on the Japan tag or something like that. Since he's probably gonna join if he wants to, I'm not forcing him. And I'm tending to do Stella. He maybe will be doing Brandon. And I just thought, because it's one of my favorite kid shows and we might want to cosplay from it someday, I showed him the first 3 episodes and I just love him for like just sitting there and actually watching it. So maybe we will watch some more. Let's see. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything I did for the day. So let me show you my presents. The first thing I got is from my boyfriend. He got me these earrings. He also got me a necklace that came in a bag. So it's like a little fairy on a leaf. I love it. And the cutest thing about that is that he apparently has a list. Lara once mentioned, these are small businesses. The earrings were from Fluff and Stuff AT, so like in Austria. Then the necklace is from Evergreen Moon. Both of them are small businesses I once saw on TikTok. I just showed him the TikTok that I think this was really cute, what they sold, and he just wrote it down and remembered it and got me something from them. And I think that's so sweet. One of those items on the list he told to his family, and from them I got this giant bathrobe. Like, it's really, really long and it's so fluffy, and it also has pockets. Oh, okay. And then at night, my parents came over, like I said, and I got something I did wish for, and it's a new airbrush. Because I have one that's from Amazon, and it's one that was recommended a lot. It's quite cheap, but it's supposed to be really good for that price. However, I hate that thing. I hate it with all my heart, because I can't get it to work. Like, sometimes it works. I did do my research how to make it work, and like, in my understanding, it should be working. But sometimes color comes out and then it just randomly stops to work, and then I try for an hour to get the color out again. So that's not very efficient. So I just had a quick research for like more higher quality airbrushes that are good for beginners and that work well. I found this one, and it's really fancy on the inside. That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna try and see if that one works with my compressor. And what else I got is this here. It's a coupon because it's coming out January 7th, but it's the art book for Arcane. That's so cool. I saw like clips of it and I thought it looked really pretty, and I didn't tell anyone, but I still got it, which was nice. One last thing I got is like a small coupon for Stoffe.de, which is a fabric, like an online fabric store here. So let's see what I'm gonna use it for. Maybe I'm just gonna get some cotton fabric for like mock-ups. Okay, for now, I think I'm just gonna have a small snack because I'm really hungry after getting up. And we're gonna have actual breakfast later. I'm gonna add the clip real quick so I can close the top skirt, and then I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I want to design the trees that go on the skirt, or if I want to draw something for new items for my Etsy store. Or I did gift my mom that I would make her a dress inspired by Anna from Frozen, like inspired by a Disney character of her choice. And she decided on Anna. And it's still not finished. So probably the nicest thing would be to work on that. However, I do have a time crunch, but then it would only finish after Dokumi. If I don't do it now, I'm just gonna push it further back. So maybe I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, probably. I did forget one thing. I did give myself a little present. Nothing big, really. I'm trying to save money and not spend as much, so really not anything big. But we went to a bookstore after breakfast, and I always wanted to read the series Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I don't have any of the books yet. And to be honest, the German cover isn't really that pretty. I think it's the same as the American one. And then we have the British cover, which is really pretty. This bookstore has a lot of English books as well, and not only the German translations. So they had the pretty cover, so I bought it in English. So I think I'm gonna, right now I'm reading the second book from the Stolen Air series, and once that's finished, I think I'm gonna read this one, because I heard so much good things about it. So I sewed on 2 of these now. So this one and this one. It actually takes quite forever. The problem is that it's 4 different, to be honest, 4 different colors in here. And so if I just sew over it, you can see the lines of the, like, where I've sewn. And I don't think that's pretty. So what I'm doing is I'm actually following the outlines as close as possible. It's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. Just so it's, yeah, it doesn't bother your eye. And that does take a long time. And I do have a lot of them on there, a lot of them on here. I don't even know how many. Wait, 15. I have 15 of those on here. So this might take a while. So if any of you have any tips how to do this more efficiently, let me know. I didn't want to sew it on by hand, so I'm machine sewing, but I still have to rotate it. If there's like this super easy trick and I just don't know it, let me know. Other than that, I will try to do one more maybe. Then a few people are coming over, a cozy night. Okay, I just woke up. I didn't even brush my hair yet. But I just woke up to the first snow of the winter for us. Look at this. Everything's white outside. That's so cool. It's not gonna last long, especially because it's already snowing, raining. So it will be gone soon. But I saw it. Everyone else is still sleeping. My boyfriend is still sleeping and a friend was staying over because yesterday we just talked for a really long time and then it was really late and she was so tired and would have to drive like 40 minutes or something like that to get home, and she was so tired that we said, here, we give you everything you need for a sleepover and just stay here to be safe. I already took a photo to show them if it's gone once they wake up. That's so cool. Yesterday I finished sewing on 3 of these, so we have 12 to go. I'm gonna sew on 1 now, just because I want to have at least 1 done. Yesterday I received that stuff that was missing to finish all of the financial stuff for my small business. So that arrived, so after I sewed on 1 of these, I'm gonna get started on that and finish that. I finished 1 row. I looked at the financial stuff, still haven't finished that. One thing I figured out is a good thing. I didn't turn in anything too late because I don't have any purchases outside of Germany from September. That's the month where I started my small business, so I don't have to put in anything for that. I only have to like tell them if I have anything international going on. But I have to do that for Q4, and honestly I'm not completely sure how to do that, what exactly they need. I'm just gonna call them tomorrow or on Tuesday and ask them for more information on how to do that. I'm just gonna continue sewing this on. I wanna, like, we have this show, it's it's kids program, but I have always watched that, so I like to continue that. So if I can, I would like to watch that in like 20 minutes. It's just every Sunday at 12 p.m. They're showing one fairy tale movie, and like we have a bunch of those either filmed in Germany or most of them are filmed in the Czech Republic. A lot of them, like the older ones, were movies made as a cooperation between Germany and the Czech Republic. These are very nice. Maybe you have seen one of them, like this one. That's quite popular. It's like for a lot of countries in the like in Europe, it's a tradition for Christmas to watch that. And yeah, so let's see what's going on today. And I just like to get a cup of tea or do something creative, relaxing while watching it, and yeah, I'm really like that. I watched the movie, it was really good. It's not my favorite, but that one movie you watch during Christmas time will always be my favorite. And the movie that came on today was with the same actress who played the main character, so that was nice. It was a cute movie. And I during that time, during watching it, I crocheted a bit, so we have this little star that I made. There we go, so we have the star, and it's 2 stars sewn together, so it's a bit thicker. You can, like, the idea of the book was that you can use it to put on LEDs, like on little lights, little fairy lights on the LEDs to have like a star. And then I made, and I'm not happy with the shaping yet, so I have to block that again, but I made a little bell. Like I said, not perfect, I'm still learning, but I think it's cute. Now my hand hurts a little. I might just grab some lunch, relax my hand a little bit so I won't overdo it, and yeah, then continue sewing on a few of those stripes. We have a special, we have an extra training session today, so I'm gonna leave for that. It's Sunday night, I'm gonna end the vlog here real quick. I just wanted to say bye. Thank you for checking in again with me after a very, very long time. Glad to see you again, and I hopefully will be able to share more stuff with you very soon and continue my weekly vlogs. It kind of depends on my wrist. If the doctor says that I'm not able to work again, then I have to rest my hand in an extent that I won't be able to do anything, and that would be very boring for you guys. I will probably let you know on Instagram. Yeah, if I can vlog, I will just let you know on Instagram, so follow me there to get updates on this and also shop updates, etc. So yeah, I hope you will have a great week, and I will see you next week, hopefully.